Have you ever heard of a book that promises to reveal a single powerful secret to success? Well, today we're diving into exactly that. We're unlocking Napoleon Hill's absolute classic, Think and Grow Rich. Now, Hill spent more than 20 years studying the most successful people of his time, all to uncover one idea, a secret he said anyone could use to achieve their dreams. So the real question is, are you ready for it? Let's get into it. Right off the bat, Hill throws down this challenge. See, he doesn't just give you this secret on page 1. Nope, he weaves it through his entire philosophy, and he promises that it will only pop out at you when you're truly prepared to see it, to understand it, and most importantly, to use it. It's both an invitation and a test. And look, this isn't just some abstract theory that sounds good on paper. Hill's entire argument is built on the fact that this secret was used in the real world by the most successful people of the early 20th century. I mean, we're talking about the people who literally built the modern world we live in today. I mean, just look at this list of people Hill studied. Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Andrew Carnegie, John D. Rockefeller, even U.S. presidents like Theodore Roosevelt. These aren't small-time players. These are the absolute titans who built modern America. And Hill's big claim is that every single one of them consciously used this one secret to build their empires and their fortunes. So that's the big question, right? What is it? What's this one idea that connects all these incredible people and all their amazing achievements? Well, that's what we're here to figure out. And it all starts with the one single, most important first step for any great accomplishment. The foundation, the absolute bedrock of Hill's entire philosophy is this. You have to start with a burning desire. And I'm not talking about a simple hope or a casual wish. He means an all-consuming, white-hot obsession. To see what that looks like, let me tell you about a guy named Edwin C. Barnes. Now, Barnes had no money, no connections, nothing. He didn't even know the great Thomas Edison. But he had one definite, major purpose. He would become Edison's business partner. Not just an employee, mind you, a partner. And this difference is so crucial to understand. A wish is passive, right? It's just hoping something falls into your lap. But a burning desire, the kind Barnes had, is an active, pulsating force. It's the difference between saying, yeah, I'll try, and declaring with every fiber of your being, I will. It's a total game changer. So Barnes shows up at Edison's lab looking like, well, a nobody. But in his mind, he was already a partner. He took a low-level job just to get in the door, but he never lost sight of his real goal. He gave himself no way out, no plan B. He burned all his bridges. And you know what? It worked. He eventually became the exclusive distributor for the Edison dictating machine and made a fortune. But let's be real, even with a burning desire, you're going to hit roadblocks. You're going to face what Hill calls temporary defeat. And the key to breaking through is persistence. There's a legendary story in the book that illustrates this perfectly. This is the famous parable of 3 feet from gold. So during the gold rush, this man, R.U. Darby, and his uncle went out west and actually struck gold. They hit a rich vein of ore and thought, this is it. We're going to be millionaires. And then it was gone. The vein just disappeared. They drilled and they drilled, but they couldn't find it. So they got frustrated, gave up, and sold all their machinery to a local junkman for just a few $100. But here's the kicker. That junkman was smart. He hired an expert, an engineer, who told them the Darbys had just missed the fault line. The gold was still there, just 3 feet from where they had stopped digging. The junkman went on to make millions from that very mine. But Darby, he learned a lesson he never ever forgot. You never ever stop 3 feet from gold. He actually took that lesson in persistence and applied it to selling insurance, becoming one of the most successful in the country. And this wasn't just some cute story. Hill's research with over 500 of the most successful men of his era confirmed this idea again and again and again. Their greatest breakthroughs, their biggest wins, almost always came right after the moment they felt most defeated. As Hill says, failure is a trickster with a cruel sense of humor, and it loves to trip you up right when you're about to cross the finish line. Okay, so you've got the desire, you've got the persistence, but what's the actual how-to? How do you turn a thought, an idea, into cold, hard reality? Well, Hill lays out a really clear method, a set of ingredients that, when you put them all together, can literally turn thought into fortune. And the perfect case study for this is the birth of U.S. Steel. It started as a single idea in the mind of one man, Charles M. Schwab. He imagined this gigantic steel conglomerate, And in one single speech, he convinced the most powerful banker on the planet, JP Morgan, to make it happen. This right here is the blueprint. Schwab started with that burning desire and a massive idea. He had total faith in it. He created a definite plan to bring the whole steel industry together. Then he put it into motion with that famous speech, persistent action. And he backed it all with a firm decision, sticking with it until Andrew Carnegie and JP Morgan were on board. That's the method in action. So, we've covered that burning desire, we've talked about persistence, and we've walked through the method. Now it's time to put all of these pieces together and finally reveal the powerful secret that Napoleon Hill has been hinting at this whole time. And here it is. The secret isn't some magic password or a complicated formula. It's the profound, life-changing realization that your thoughts are things, they're real forces. And when an intangible thought in your mind is combined with a clear purpose, backed by persistence, and fueled by a burning desire, it can and will transform into its physical equivalent, whether that's money, a business, or any other goal you have. This quote perfectly captures the mindset that comes when you truly understand the secret. It's about taking 100% ownership. Success requires no apologies because you earned it, and failure permits no alibis because you finally understand that you hold the power to change your circumstances. No more excuses. And so, that really leaves us with one final question, a question for you. Knowing that your greatest success might be waiting for you just one step past your greatest failure, knowing that you could be just 3 feet from gold, are you willing to take that next step?